What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another video journaling episode. Two things. No, one thing. One thing I thought of yesterday while I was on a walk with my dog in the evening. I looked up and I saw the sky. Obviously, bro. Look up, you see the sky. At least when you're outside. But I said it again. The thing about this is that the sky was oddly beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you look at things that you see that are always there, and one day they just look differently. I don't know. I basically looked up yesterday and I don't know. I felt calm, basically. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It was chill. And so what I'm trying to say with this is sometimes you should also look up and take a second to relax or appreciate the moment, because I wrote it down pretty well. Give me a second. And live in the moment, right? Right, you should not forget to have fun while you're on the grind, if you're on the grind. Because like the whole reason why we self-improve is obviously like in hopes for a better life, right? But imagine if you know you would die in a month or a year. You would not read a fucking book about how to become a millionaire because you're gonna die in a year. What does it matter, right? You do the stuff that you want to do and not like, oh, let me read. Oh, let me finish my workout so that in a year I'll look good, but in a year already dead, right? No one would do that. And I feel like it kind of have gone off point. But basically, you know, sometimes you have to look up from all your focus and be like, yeah, look out, like just look back at how far you came. Appreciate the moment. Don't get content, but like appreciate it and continue working on whatever you're working on. You know, that's what I'm trying to say. Because for example, like if I usually only look back on stuff when I'm here video journaling, right? But when I look back to, for example, 2 years ago, right? Or 3 years ago, my life was completely different. Or even 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I never would have even cold showered. Now I go ice bathing. In like literal ice. You know what I'm saying? Like thick ice. This 5 centimeters or whatever. Thick ice. That was pretty fun though. I do wonder if it's gonna stay like this next week though. And if anyone's gonna come next week, because exams are coming up in a week. Exactly in a week is the first exam. And in 9 days, a week and 2 days, there's gonna be a second one. And then the last one is gonna be a week after that. Usually it would be on Friday, so on the in 11 days, but because our course is like maths, you know, we're gonna, yeah, we're the special kids. Oh, yeah, because our exam is gonna be like 5.5 hours long. I'll honestly be cooked for that. Like, maths is gonna be so cooked. Everything else aside, but maths is cooked, which is not good. Yeah, but it is what it is. So, basically, that was the first thing, right? The thing that I said before, like appreciate the moment, whatever, you know. By the way, if you hear that, that's my fucking dog chewing on something. But there was no second thing. The second thing was honestly just my day, because like I had no thoughts, no real thoughts today. I also like nothing happened today, you know, it was just a day where I was alive. I woke up, did my habits, breakfast, morning routine, continued my habits, then school. First period and second period, or my first class was boring. It was English class. It was nothing extra. It was just boring. Next one was maths. We wrote a test. Cooked. Does not matter. It's gonna be my best test though, because in every test in maths yet, I have had 0 points exactly every single time. And this time it's definitely gonna be more than 0 points. That's what I think at least. So maths was cooked. I don't understand the topic right now at all. Like I kinda understand, but I also really don't. Cause it was a long time ago that we did it, like a year or so, or 1.5? No, 1.5 years ago. Damn, crazy that we started with this topic and now we're going back to it a bit. So I don't understand. I also didn't understand back then, so yeah, cooked. It is what it is. And then there is also then table tennis. It was honestly pretty boring. Like it was just sports class. You know, it's sports class is like the best class in all of school, ever. In all my 12, 13 years of school, sports has always been number one. Actually, for half a year, um, English was the best one because the topic was really interesting. It was like in the direction of self improvement for half a year, for one semester. That was really interesting. No, actually, in 10th grade and also the first semester of 11th grade. So for basically 1.5 years, that was really interesting. But other than that, just sports. Especially the last semester. Oh my god, basketball. That was the best. That was most fun course. Yeah. Table tennis. Got like maxed out points probably. Like score. Great. Great points. I don't know. There's nothing to talk about. I have training, thankfully. But my friend who's also going there every single time with me, is sick right now. He also didn't go ice bathing with us yesterday. But he also is not coming to training. I thought yesterday he didn't come because he was starting to feel sick and he's like, no, I'll stay home to be safe. Now he's sick anyways. So it didn't really help much. He could have just gone ice bathing, you know. It is what it is. I hope he'll get well soon. And now, like, look at this. It's 5. Oh, right, by the way, I have the whole day basically the gray filter on now. I don't know, because I don't want to spend time on my phone, right? So that's what's up. But, like, there's nothing, nothing. I have tons of different stuff to do, all for school, and I'm doing none of them because I'm not the type of guy who does stuff for school. I'm not the school guy. I don't want to be inside this matrix, right? Yeah. I really want to talk with my friends now about the fucking group project plan in our free time that we. Also, they wanted to create a book club. That's also cool. And I wanted to read the book of Simon Squibb. If you don't know, it's the guy who basically roams the streets and just asks like, "Oh, what's your dream?" And then they tell him his like their dream, and depending on how detailed they can explain it and already say what their service or what they're gonna, what they're gonna sell basically. He might even invest in you a bit. if it's decent. If not, then he'll give you tips on how you should act. No, what you should do, how you should optimize your plan basically to succeed. And I wanted to read his book because I don't know, it seemed like the way the damn, that's actually so interesting. Just because I saw some videos of him being like, giving tips to people and all that, I wouldn't buy his book. Damn. That's proof. Oh, this is also crazy. A friend of mine, the one who's sick, his brother is cooked. He's 14, I think. And he literally only buys stuff when it's recommended on TikTok. And that is absolutely crazy. Like, for example, whenever, like, my friend bought a shampoo or a conditioner or whatever, and his brother was like, "Oh, where did you get it?" He's like, "Oh, I looked at the ingredients and he did a bit of research, and that's a good one." And he's like, "Was it recommended on TikTok?" He's like, "No, I don't know. Like, I don't think so." And he's like, "Oh, then I'm not using it." Brother, that is completely cooked. That is so cooked. Just buying something because it's recommended on TikTok, yo. I could literally be like, "Oh, guys, buy this. Buy exactly this phone. iPhone 11. You have to buy it. It's like so good." And then just tons of people buy it, yo. What the hell? What, like, I hope I'm not the only one who sees how cooked this generation is. Bro, he's the type of guy who would listen to the TikTok advice, the TikTok's doctor's advice, like just a guy putting on a white robe and acting like a doctor even though he isn't one. Imagine he just says, "Oh, yeah, you should drink bleach, by the way, because it helps with your eyes, it increases your sight, how far you can see." And then he's like, some 14-year-old guy is just like, "Oh, okay, let me get some bleach." Like, bro, people don't have common sense nowadays. I don't know. Anyways, I'm not alone at training. Thankfully, I'm not alone. One guy is coming too. So, I basically have to go to training now. Like, it's 5:01. I have to leave and I have to start packing my bag at 10. And I want to go out early so I can drink a coffee because I feel like it. I'm drinking a coffee, just walk into training. It's gonna be chill. That's why I'll go now. So we'll see you in the next one.